Yo, what is going on, people? I am back with another video, probably one of the most important ones, because today I'm going to be talking about just some easy, quick sustainability tips and tricks that can help make you and your life a little bit more green. So, because I don't know about you guys, but I very much enjoy living on this beautiful hunk of rock we call Earth. And just this past week, I spent some days snowboarding in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I was just thinking about how freaking beautiful this earth is and how absolutely amazing it is, and preferably I'd like to keep it that way and not turn it into a burning ball of fire. So that's why I'm coming at you with a few tips, tricks that you guys can implement into your life, super easy to do, that can help just shrink your ecological footprint or shrink the amount of impact that you have on this earth. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so it makes sense that the first thing that I'm going to share with you guys is the number one thing that can have the biggest impact on your ecological footprint, and that is to consume less meat. Like, there is no bigger thing that you can do to decrease your water consumption, decrease your total CO2 gas emissions, decrease total land forest deforestation, all of it. To reduce your ecological footprint, the number one thing you can do is to eat less meat, right? Just cut it out a few days of the week. And that's the biggest thing you can do, 100%. But there's more to this video than just going vegan and just stop eating meat. Cutting out meat and reducing your meat consumption is number one. There are still tons of other little changes that you can make in your life that'll have a huge impact. So let's get into those. Alright, while we're still on the topic of food, let's talk about a whole bunch of other things that you can do at the grocery store that can help shrink your carbon footprint. Alright, so number one, and this goes way outside the grocery store, this goes everywhere. Say no to plastic, alright? Whenever you have the chance, always choose something other than plastic. So, my number one tip is to get reusable bags, alright? There's absolutely no need in 2019 to still be using plastic grocery store bags. Like, come on, that's ridiculous. So, plastic bags, reuse them. The more you reuse them, the more sustainable they are, alright? Alright, next big tip at the grocery store, buy in bulk, buy big bags. Because when you buy a single, smaller quantity bags, that just uses more packaging, and we don't want that. So, buy big bags, and then, let's say you don't want to store that in your cupboard, boom, mason jars, easy done. Keep them small containers, and that way your cupboard looks fire. Also, you're like, hey, Rowan, I don't want to buy mason jars. No problem. What you do is when you buy your pasta sauce, right, in that nice glass jar, after you use your pasta sauce, you rinse it out, keep it, boom, now you got a quinoa jar. Alright, let's keep this topic of food rolling, okay? So let's say you bought all your food sustainably, you're killing it, but then you're like, yo, I need to keep some extra food because I cooked a lot, and I want to keep it in this bowl, but I don't want to use plastic wrap because that's just a waste of plastic, right? Boom, solution, these babies. Boom, throw it on there like that, your food stays fresh for weeks. Maybe not weeks, but definitely days. Next up, you just packed your lunch, you're going to work, you're going to school, going to class, whatever, and then you show up and you're like, man, I need to get a fork. So you go up, grab a plastic fork. No, wrong. What you do, you pack your fork, you pack your spoon, you pack your knife. What's super clutch are these like reusable, like multi-pack things that are kind of like a spoon, knife, and fork all in one. I'll throw a picture up right here. Yeah, so get some of those, that way you never have to use plastic. Also, if you're a straw guy, gal, whatever. I don't really like straws myself. Like, I just like to slurp. But if you like straws, get reusable metal straws. All right, and just bring them with you wherever you go, whenever you think you're gonna need a straw. So we've all seen the image of that sea turtle with the straw up its nose, and we all know how straws are awful. So let's just get rid of them. But side note, everyone's bitching about straws, but the real issue is fish nets. Fish nets that are no longer in use, that people just let drift in the ocean. Millions upon millions of marine life, your dolphins, your seals, your turtles, everything that you guys love are being killed by these fish nets. And why are there so many fish nets? Because the fishing industry is so big. So, solution, you cut out some fish out of your diet, you help the turtles, you help the dolphins, you help the sharks, you help the whales, you help everybody, alright? So, keep that up. But moving on, all the sustainability stuff that I'm talking about, like the reusable bags, the reusable plastic wrap, the fork and knife, spoon thing, All that, I'm gonna drop it in the link in the bio so all you guys can go check it out and invest if you're trying to be more sustainable. All right, tip number 5, maybe, I don't know, I wasn't really keeping track of those, but I'm gonna start counting now. So tip number 5, gum, cut it out. So when you think about gum, right, gum is basically just like a plastic thing that you're chewing on, right? It doesn't biodegrade, it just, you chew it, throw it out, it just sits in the landfill for hundreds of years, right? So that is just some more plastic waste. If you can cut out gum, do it. Buy mints if your breath stink that bad, or just get better at brushing your teeth. Boom, speaking about brushing your teeth, we're moving on to the bathroom. So what you don't want is these big hunky plastic toothbrush, because when you throw them out because the bristles get worn, it's just gonna sit in the landfill for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that is what we don't want. So, first of all, shout out to my sister for hooking me up with this bamboo toothbrush, right? So you start brushing your teeth with this bad guy, and then when you're done, you toss it, and guess what it does? It biodegrades, it goes right back into the earth. That is what we want. Also, toothpaste. Get yourself a good brand of toothpaste, right? Especially one that doesn't test on animals, because what? It's 2019, what do we test on animals for? Absolutely no reason. So get one, doesn't test on animals, and the company that thinks about sustainability, and they focus on their packaging being more sustainable, using recycled resources, and all that jazz, all right? So Tom's Firebrand, like Colgate and Crest, get that out of here. All right, let's see, what's up next? Oh, boom, reusable razors. Heavy power move. Don't be throwing out those huge plastic ones. What a waste. And now, obviously, this brand like Harry's, clutch. But obviously, you're gonna have to throw out and change the razor blade. But the handle, make sure that's reusable. Don't be throwing that out every time. Come on, people, wake up. This next thing right here proves we're living in the future. Tube-free toilet paper. You know that stupid metal paper thing you need in the middle? Apparently, we don't need it anymore. So cop up on this. That'll shrink your waste even more. And same thing as the toothpaste. Your shampoo, your body wash, make sure it's sustainably sourced. Like right here we got 50, this bottle is made out of 50% recycled content, alright? Obviously that's not perfect, but it's way better than being none percent recycled content. Also, come on guys, this brand here, Everyman Jack, obviously it's cruelty free, baby. We ain't testing on animals. 2019, I said. Move on from that stuff. No need for it. Alright, yo, and when you hop in the shower to cleanse yourself, make it short. Don't be sitting in there for 15, 20 minutes. That's a ridiculous waste of water. Hop in there, clean yourself, get it done, get out. Make it quick, alright? Less water use is always important. And like, there's so much like little things, like you walk out your bathroom and go do something else, don't leave the light on. Turn that bad boy off. Always turn your lights off, man. Always. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, get yourself a bike, yo. You don't need to be driving your car everywhere, left and right. Especially if you live, especially for all you guys that are going to school right now, live in like off campus or whatever. Get a bike, right? Like how far you live from campus? Like what? 1, 2 miles, 3 miles maybe. I live 2. Get yourself a bike. Preferably get a reused bike, so that like you're not paying for a whole nother bike to be made when there's already hundreds and thousands of bikes already out there that nobody's using. So get yourself a bike everywhere you can, walk, skate. Let's see what else you got. Take the stairs. Also, another thing, clothing. Whenever you're buying clothing, look into where it's made, all right? Is it made in a sweatshop that's just blowing CO2 emissions like it's their job? Or is it made in a shop that uses renewable energy? Is it made in a shop that treats their workers fairly? Obviously, number 1 is buying reused clothing. Like head down to your Goodwill, your local thrift shop. Buy clothes that are already made, all right? Because if you buy something that's already made, that's the best way to have 0 carbon footprint. Do that. One person doing it one time isn't that big of a deal. But here's the thing. You start doing it, you inspire other people to start doing it, and if everyone does it, then holy cow, we are making a massive impact. So everyone has to do their part is what I'm saying. You can't just write yourself off and be like, oh, I'm just one guy, I can't have that big of an impact. Like that's the biggest lie anyone has ever said. Like one person can have such a huge impact, okay? So you personally have to do your part. Make sure that this earth is still around come 2030, come 2050. That's 10 years, 30 years away. Come on, people. I'm trying to live to 100. I ain't trying to die at 30, right? Come on. I want to keep living on this earth. I want to keep experiencing it. I want to keep seeing its beauty, all right? I don't want it to go to waste, alright? There's already countries, cities, people can't even go outside because the air quality is so bad, alright? We're blessed here in America, but if we keep up these terrible trends, that's going to, like the way they're living in New Delhi, Bangladesh, right, having to walk out with masks all the time, alright, that's going to be us soon, okay? And I don't want that, and I know none of you want that either. So, we got to start acting now, doing our part now, cutting out plastic when we can, using reusable stuff when we can, alright? Cutting out less meat, yo. That is so huge. I cannot stress that enough about how big of an impact the animal agriculture industry is fucking up our earth, alright? Scratch that. Get them out, alright? Change it up. Alright, so I guess to wrap this up, y'all see the earth. Y'all know how pretty it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Let's try to keep that way. And to keep it that way, everyone has to do their part. Try to implement some of these tricks and tips in your life whenever you can. Reduce plastic whenever you can. Eat less meat whenever you can. Alright? Just do the things that you can. And hopefully we'll still be on this earth 100 years from now, living it up. Let's go, people.